Hello everyone, welcome to KET IGCSE test preparation videos. This video is an Oxford AQA speaking exam preparation video. My co-host is one of the most brilliant students ever, Nardine. Nardine is going to help me. Hi Nardine, how are
Hello.
you? Hi, she's going to help me demonstrate the speaking exam. We're going to hold a mock exam, and she's going to be the one asking me questions about the exam. So to begin with, we are going to speak a little bit in Arabic, for all the parents out there and the other people who actually want to know how the exam is conducted. So, what's your question?
الامتحان بيبقى شكله عامل ازاي؟
Okay. الامتحان هيكون فيه two parts. عندنا part 1 و part 2. part 1 هيكون photo card. الفوتو كارد مدتها 15 مدتها 3 to 4 minutes وعليها 15 marks. عندنا البارت الثاني اللي هو الجنرال conversation هيكون عليه 25 marks. بياخد between 6 to 7 minutes about التايم بتاعه. طبعا قبل الوقت بتاع الاكزام اللي انا I mentioned دلوقتي بيكون في عندنا 10 minutes للpreparation. 10 minutes preparation دول بيكونوا supervised. هو ده التقسيمه بتاعت الامتحان. احنا عندنا part 1 photo card و part 2 general conversation. ايه كمان؟
هو انا المفروض امينتين اي كونتاكت واحنا بنتكلم، ولا انا عادي افضل بص في النوتس بتاعتي؟
هو طبعا لما انت بتكوني باصه في النوتس بتاعتك احيانا بعض الطلبه بيبتدوا يعملوا الصوت بتاعهم يبقى روبوتك، هما بيعملوا الفوتو ديسكريبشن بيبتدي يتكلم زي الروبوت او بيشرح كانه بيقرا، وده طبعا ما بيبقاش لطيف. بس ما اظنش انه عدم مينتيننج الاي كونتاكت هينقص اي درجه، لانه الاكزام مسجل في النهايه وما فيش عليه هو ريكوردد اوديو وليس فيديو، فما بيكونش فيه درجات على ده. بس لما انت بتعملي اي كونتاكت بشكل طبيعي بتتكلمي احسن، مش كانك بتقري زي الروبوت. بس انت قلتي الورقه بتاعتك، احنا ما شرحناش الورقه. دلوقتي الامتحان 2 بارتس صح؟ الفوتو كارد والجنرال كونفرسيشن. الفوتو كارد الستودنت هيستلم صوره، واحنا ممكن نحط صوره دلوقتي في الفيديو. الصوره دي بياخد بالظبط 10 minutes لوحده. طبعا 10 minutes دي بيكون هو supervised، في حد بيكون معاه invigilator بيتشك هو بيعمل ايه في الصوره. لازم هو ياخد الصوره يمسكها كده اهو، وبعدين بياخد ورقه وقلم وبيكتب على الصوره تقريبا حوالي let's say كلام يكفيه يغطي let's say 1.5 to 2 minutes بيوصف فيها الصوره اللي هو شايفها. بعد ما بيخلص كتابه خلاص هو وصف الصوره اللي قدامه، بيروح داخل للاكزامينر وبترجع له بقى الصوره بتاعته، الورقه بتاعته سوري. هتقولي بترجع له ليه؟ هي اتاخدت فين؟ صح؟ هو كان قاعد في البريبريشن روم وكان عمال يكتب. اوكي، بيجي بقى الشخص المسؤول عن الاكزام بياخد البيبر اللي هو كتب فيها وبياخد الصوره وبيروح مدخله على الاكزام روم اللي هي بتكون جنب البريبريشن روم. بيدي الورق سوري للاكزامينر. الاكزامينر بياخد الورق، بعدين بيتشيك الكانديديت نمبر، ديتيلز دي كلها بنقولها على المايك. بعدين بروح مرجع له البيبر اللي هو كتب فيها البريبريشن بتاعه. بعد ما بترجع له البيبر he has to speak 1.5 to 2 minutes على الصورة نفسها. تحت الصورة بيكون في 2 questions لازم يجاوب عليهم. بس طيب الصورة هتيجي منين؟ ما سألتنيش. طيب الامتحان هيكون فيه 3 themes. 3 themes 3 مواضيع، كل موضوع فيهم مواضيع مختلفة في الحياة. احنا هنعمل فيديوهات مخصوصة بس لشرح الثيمز وكم ثيم فيه وايه الفكرة بتاعت الثيمز، ولكن انت عندك 3 main topics وتحت كل topic بيكون فيه sub ideas. تمام؟ لو جات لك الصورة في امتحان السنة دي، لأن امتحان السنة دي مختلف شوية عن امتحان السنة اللي فاتت، لو الصورة جات لك من theme 2 أنا هسألك في الجنرال conversation أسئلة من theme 1 و 3. لو الصورة جات لك من theme 3 أنا هضطر أسألك من theme 1 و 2 وهكذا. السنة اللي فاتت كانت على طول الصورة بتيجي من theme 1 والأسئلة كانت على طول بتيجي من theme 2 و 3، وده مش هيحصل السنة دي. السنة دي أنت الكانديديت نمبر بتدخلي للإكزامينر معاكي الفوتو كارد اللي أنت هتاخديه مكتوب جنب الكانديديت نمبر بتاعك، وده اللي هيحدد الأسئلة اللي أنا هسألها لك في البارت التاني. بس ايه كمان؟
لو حد اتكلم كتير surpassed the time.
هي ما حصلتش بصراحه قبل كده ان حد يسرباس ذا تايم، لان الستودنتس بعضهم بيكون نيرفس، بس لو حصل التيتشر اكزامينر لازم يوقف، لان احنا لازم نوزع التايم بشكل متساوي على الثري ثيمز. يعني انت ما ينفعش الامتحان كله على بعضه تقريبا هيكون زي ما قلنا من يعني تقريبا 10 minutes. ما ينفعش ان انت كل ثيم تقعد فيها وقت اكتر من ال 3 minutes 3 to 4 minutes اللي مسموحين ليها، لان كده انت ممكن تجاوبي على 2 ثيمز بس والثالثه ما تكلمتيش فيها خالص، وده غلط. بس ايه كمان؟ فهمتي خلاص؟ والله طيب احنا اتكلمنا على التو بارتس وشرحنا الفوتو كارد. طيب الجنرال كونفرسيشن بقى زي ما اتفقنا بيكون في 3 ثيمز في السيلبس بتاع اوكسفورد. الستودنت ممكن ياخد ال3 ثيمز دول، المواضيع دي. طبعا في كورس بوك رسمي بتاع اوكسفورد هو ممكن يقرا منه مواضيع مختلفه واكسرسايزز مختلفه عن الثيمز دي، بس انا شخصيا بنصح انه لما يكون في ثيم مثلا زي اللي هي الفيوتشر كارير بلان، وانت ناوي تشتغل ايه لما تكبر وغيره، دور انت في الكارير اللي انت حابب تشتغل فيها، خد الترمينولوجي بتاعها، مصطلحاتها، اتعلم عنها، اقرا عنها، وحضر افكار على الثلاثه ثيمز عشان لو اتسالت اي سؤال تعرف تجاوب. وعموما الاسئله بيكون في suggested questions اوكسفورد بتنزلهم على شكل specimen paper في الويب سايت بتاعها، بيبقوا حوالي 30 questions، يعني around 10 questions on each theme. دول مش شرط ان هم يجوا لك في الفاينل اكزام، يعني صعب قوي ان هم يجوا نفس الوردنج ونفس السؤال، بس بيبقى نفس الايدياز تقريبا، بس بتبقى بارافريزد ومختلفه شويه. ذاتس ات. بس يعني احنا عندنا preparation time هتاخدي فيه 1 photo card، وبعدين بعد الفوتو كارد هتقعدي 10 دقائق في روم سوبرفايزد تحضري فيها الفوتو كارد. هتدخلي للاكزامينر معاكي البيبر بتاعتك، هتقري منها الديسكريبشن بتاع الفوتو كارد، وبعدين الاكزامينر هيبتدي يسالك الجنرال conversation questions and that's it. So does it make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, why don't we just show them how it's done? By the way, Nardine can actually ace the speaking exam. Yeah, and I'm making her nervous by saying this. You should be nervous. Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why are you nervous?
I don't know.
This is recorded. We can just,
I know.
you know. Anyways, we are gonna have a mock exam for you guys. This is based on the specimen paper released by Oxford. So let's have a look. Let's see how the speaking exam is done, and how does it look like? Not only how does it look like if a student can achieve band 9, if a student can, reach the top tier, what should the student do? So we have a student that is able to do so, and let's ask away. So you've had your 10 minutes of preparation on the photo card.
Yes.
However, we didn't discuss the questions, the general conversation. I'm just gonna ask her random questions and see how she is gonna actually, react to these questions. I have my teacher's booklet here, and my teacher's booklet has all the questions I'm able to ask her depending on the choice of picture. We chose a picture from theme 2 in order to allow, I believe it was from theme 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in order to allow everyone to have a look at theme, to ask her questions from theme 1 and 3. So without further ado, let's begin. The picture is going to be put now on the screen. Okay, you can have a look. Take your time, check the picture. Now that you've checked the picture, let's get into the exam. Hi, Nardine, how are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you so nervous?
I don't know.
Okay. By the way, during the real exam, she's going to be sitting, here, and I'm going to be sitting here. We can't sit on the same side of the table. We're going to sit like, but we can't do that in front of the camera.
We can.
You're going to have your back to the camera. People are not going to see you. So let's begin. What can you see in the picture?
I can see a man wearing a black jacket, and he's also wearing a red hat, and he's sitting on the curb with his legs crossed, and he's facing a high metal fence holding, what seems to be a bag of chips. There's also a black bag beside him and what seems to be a blue sleeping bag on his other side, and that leads me to believe that he may be homeless. There's also a long wooden pole that has some yellow tape on it, and beside it there's a yellow sign with a black arrow pointing upwards. There are several buildings on the other side of the fence. Each has a different color. There is a train with the color scheme of red and white, it seems. There's also a large gray rectangular figure beside it. And there's also an orange cone and 2 white stripes on it, which makes the place seem like it's a train station.
Okay, thank you so much. Now tell me, where have you seen examples of poverty?
I've seen examples of poverty on several occasions, actually. You see, I go on many road trips, so I tend to find plenty of poor people on my way to my destination. So, for example, once during my summer vacation, I was making my way to Alexandria, and I was on the highway, and I saw many poor people under shelters that were made using like wooden poles and cloth for shade from the scorching July sun. And I saw other people walking around trying to sell tissue boxes to make whatever money they can. Another example is, it was December, and I was at my grandparents' house in the south of the country, and I was making my way back home from their house. I was spending Christmas with them. And then I saw 3 children. It was raining very heavily, and the temperature was 9 degrees Celsius, actually. And I saw 3 children that seemed to be aged between like 9 and 14. They seemed to be young, and they were wearing very light clothes. And they seemed to be shivering. And then they stopped us for a moment and pointed at this building that had a police station written on it. And they asked us like what it says. So I could tell that obviously they didn't know how to read. Honestly, that situation led me to believe that one of the main purposes of poverty is poor education.
One of the main purposes?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it important to help homeless people?
It's important because when you're homeless, it's actually very dangerous and actually life-threatening. If, for example, a virus or a disease spread around the country, across the entire country, they wouldn't really have a way to stay safe because they're exposed to all kinds of bacteria in the air and all types of people. So they wouldn't find a way to keep themselves safe, and moreover, they don't really have a home to keep their things, so things could easily be stolen because there is nowhere to lock their things so that they're secure.
I see, thank you so much. And now we've finished part 1 of the exam. Of course, after part 1 is over, the teacher examiner is going to collect your notes and is going to take your notes and keep them here for safekeeping because, now we're moving into the general conversation. However, you haven't really used your notes.
I used them.
You used them, but you haven't...
But I paraphrased everything.
Okay, that's actually very good. We're moving now to the general conversation part of the exam. I'm going to ask you questions, random questions. Let's see. Well, what have you done with your friends recently?
Well, it was actually in the summer vacation. Usually my friends and I go to tropical places and beaches, but we decided to change it a little bit this year. We decided to go for something more adventurous, so we decided to go camping in a forest. So we decided to camp in this forest using basic supplies that would challenge us to try to survive with what little we have.
Really?
Yes.
Why would anyone do that?
Oh, because it's fun.
It's fun. I see. What do you like doing with your family?
Well, I enjoy, every Thursday night, my family and I watch a film and we munch on snacks and things like that, and I see this as quality time. And other times we go to restaurants, and I love that because it's not really about the food, it's really about how we laugh and talk together and kind of catch up with each other.
That's actually pretty amazing. Have you traveled with your family before?
I have. We actually went to Moldova. It was actually amazing to see the different cultures and try something new.
I see. Speaking about trying something new,
Yes.
do you change the way you celebrate your birthday, like every year? How do you celebrate your birthday?
So, I don't have a birthday party every year, actually.
Why?
Um, there is no specific reason.
Okay.
It's very traditional for people to have birthday parties, but as for us, we decided to go for a more fun and...
Who's us?
My family and I.
Ah, okay.
We decided to go for a more extreme and fun method of celebrating my birthday. So instead of having a birthday party that's just like a matter of few hours in the day, we actually dedicate a day for my birthday. So on that day, they do whatever I wish. For example, if I wanted to have French toast for breakfast, I'd ask for French toast, and as a family, we all eat French toast.
That's actually really interesting. I would love to try that. Now tell me, you've traveled to Moldova, right?
Yes.
Why is it important to learn other languages?
Well, it's important to learn other languages so that we don't have a language barrier when traveling to such countries. For example, when I was in Moldova, I was in the supermarket buying something and I couldn't understand anything the cashier said, and she couldn't understand me, so there was a huge language barrier.
They don't speak English.
They do not.
I guess their second language is Russian?
Russian and French, actually.
French?
French, yes.
Wow, that's new. In your opinion, if you want to learn a language, you have to choose a teacher, right?
Yes.
To teach you that language. What makes a good teacher?
Well, a good teacher is a teacher that is going to go the extra mile for their students just to make sure that they understood, because as you know, a lot of teachers just explain it once and then just completely ignore the fact that some students don't understand.
So you believe a good teacher is a teacher that keeps repeating again and again and again?
Yes.
Any other personal qualities or,
Yes. Now, the teacher doesn't not only does the teacher have to care about the students' academic development and improvement, they also have to care about their mental and psychological health.
Well, yeah, I believe. I think that's actually a very good point. Speaking about teachers and good teachers, which subject do you most enjoy studying and why?
Oh, I enjoy psychology.
Psychology?
Yes.
Do we have psychology in the IGCSE?
We do.
We
do.
We do?
We do.
And you enjoy studying psychology?
I enjoy studying
Why?
psychology. Because I find the human brain very interesting. No one really deeply thinks about how the human brain works, but when you dive into psychology, you really get to understand the human brain and the behavior of the person and what is behind every action a person does, what goes on in their brain.
Okay, that makes sense. And that's the only reason why you enjoy studying psychology?
Actually, I apply what I learn in psychology in real life, so it helps me. Actually, I've grown more tolerant to people's actions because now I actually understand the reasons behind others' actions.
The reasons behind their behavior?
Yes.
Okay, that was actually very interesting and very nice. Thank you so much. That's the end of the exam. And of course, if this, if we were in a real exam, you would leave the room now, and then another member would walk into the room, because we would have a small recorder on the table. He would check the recorder to see if we, got it all on tape, if we recorded it, and then after this procedure is done, they will go out and they will tell you that you may leave. Why do they do so? It's a fail-safe. So if, for some example, the recorder was off, the battery was down, they can tell you to retake the exam again. And you shouldn't be nervous if this happens. It's just, we're people and equipment, it's totally fine. But don't worry, they come with extra batteries, 2 recorders, and everything, and the stuff helps you. Worth mentioning, during the speaking exam, it's not going to be you and the teacher examiner. there's also going to be a person in the back supervising the test, making sure that the teacher mentions the candidate number correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, so, it's all on tape, it's all recorded, and the exam goes smoothly. Well, that's it for today. We're gonna have another video. We will explain how to study for the speaking exam, where to study from, and you've asked me about how do they grade the speaking exam.
How they grade the speaking.
Yeah, we will actually discuss this on camera. So see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. Just come on, say bye, be nice.
Okay, bye.